Hey, love, welcome back to another episode of Lessons from Behind My Chair. I'm your host, Angela B. Fuller, Master Hairstylist turned Certified Life Coach. Today, we have a very juicy topic for you today. But before I dive in, I have a pop question for you because it would not be Lessons from Behind My Chair if we didn't have a pop question for you. And my question is this: Cat got your tongue? How many of you have been asked that question or even have heard that saying before? When I was a little girl and I would be quiet, or one of my brothers or sisters was quiet, my mom would always ask that question: Cat got your tongue? And what she meant by that is because we were so quiet, actually being a little bit too quiet for her, that was her way of checking in on us to make sure that we were okay, because we weren't talking to one another, we weren't having our conversations with one another, and that worried her. So that was just her way of checking in. But of course, this was after the phrase, a child should be seen and not heard. So, cat got your tongue came first, and then a child should be seen and not heard was the second one. Give that some thought, because this is how I have come up with our conversation for today. This is my segue into the real question of what is happening with our conversations. I see evidence of this on a daily basis. My husband and I were out to dinner a few weeks ago, and I looked around the restaurant, and what did I see? I saw couples, I saw family members sitting at the table waiting for the waitress to come to be served. And instead of talking and engaging with one another, what did I see? Head down, eyes glued to the phone, fingers and thumbs moving a mile a minute, engaging with the phone, but not engaging with the person right next to them or right across from them. And I thought to myself, what is happening with our conversation? We have become a society that no longer talk to one another. And it's a shame. Give that some thought. I mean, what are you seeing out there of individuals gathering, but not gathering and holding conversations with one another? Like I said, I observed it at the restaurant. Couples out to dinner, and in between every bite of food, a scroll on their phone takes place. Or if they're waiting on the waitress to bring a beverage, a quick glance on their phones, or after placing their orders, then you get another quick glance on the phone. Heaven forbid if one of the folks with them got up and went to the restroom. Man, you should have witnessed how people just dive deep, take a deep dive just because someone got up. Well, you said to yourself, well, I got about at least 5-7 minutes. So let me check my emails. And so we get engulfed in the emails, and then we just forget about the person who is sitting right next to us. We forgot about the fact that we got dressed, we got in our car, and we drove to the restaurant for a purpose. And I would think for dinner and conversations. I don't know about you, but this bugs me. This lets me know that something is wrong. And my beautiful people, we have got to be better. So let's talk about this. Why have we lost the intimacy of conversations? So imagine, just imagine for a second. Imagine what would happen if we decided to wage war on cold, lifeless interaction. I mean, do you think if we um, brought just a little bit of kindness, a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of openness to our conversations, and to really be genuinely interested in the person we're sitting next to or across from? What do you think? How do you think that moment would be transformed if we took the time to just humanize that experience? It's okay to let our guards down a little bit. It's okay to open up to friends. It's okay to open up to family, to coworkers, and sometimes even strangers, because you would be surprised um, the good that comes from being open to another human being. You don't know what that person needs in the moment, and something that you could say to make someone's day, or even vice versa. We make it seem like we are just so different than we are alike. And we have to start being okay with having real experience with other people. How else are we going to grow as human beings? When I made my podcast, I made it so that we can have conversations about our stories, and in particular women, about our stories, about our triumphs, our disappointments, our pain point, our fears, our courageousness, our desires, our goals. And in order for that to happen, I had to be willing to be transparent, to be vulnerable, to be open, just frankly, just to be open to speaking to individuals and holding a conversation that really showed who I am, my personality, my fears, my goals, and to genuinely be interested in your response and your reaction to whatever it is I'm talking about in the moment. And so, having a conversation, really, it's about, I don't know what we think it is. I don't know when our definition or our feelings about engaging with another human being took a twist or a turn, because it's really just about holding space for someone else. It's about helping, I think, it's about helping someone else to be seen, helping someone else to be heard. And isn't that what we've been missing over the past 2 years? And don't you all think that it's about time that we got back to that, so that we can feel, like we're not on edge, like, so that we can feel that we don't always have to have our guards up? We somehow got to get back to our center, because if we don't, I think we're going to lose the very same thing that separates us from the animal kingdom. And nothing about that is going to be good. When I think about, and one thing I have observed, when I think about how we, especially as women, we go out of our way, even to the point that we don't even care if we're being ignored by a newborn baby. We work so hard. We go to work to get that baby's attention. We look them in the eye. We talk to them. We touch their hand. We tell them how beautiful they are, how sweet they are. And we do all of that just for a little bit of a glare from that baby, just for a little half smile from that baby. And sometimes just for nothing, because we get such joy and pleasure of giving and showing a newborn how much we see them, how much we want to engage with them, how happy we are that they are there. And so I experimented. I tried that. When I meet someone, or if I'm in the store and I'm passing someone, I be sure to give a little bit of eye contact just to let someone know I see you. I give a little eye contact. I give a smile. I give a nod, some type of acknowledgement, just to let that person know, human to human, soul to soul, I see you. You matter. And imagine if we did that with the people that we interact with on a regular basis. Our family, our children, our friends, our co-workers. And that's all we have to do. That's all we have to do to begin to change or put some type of a little shift in how we're interacting and how we're communicating with each other. We really have to do better, and I'm going to go first, and I want to challenge you, anyone listening, anyone who's feeling what I am saying, anyone who's picking up what I am laying down. I want to challenge you to be more conscious of helping another human being to be seen, of helping another human being to be heard. And then I want you to write about the responses that you got. And you will find that it does more good than it does harm. I hope you have gotten something from this episode, from this conversation that we have just had. And if you have, please pass it along to someone who you think could benefit from it. And when you do, post this episode and tag me in it, because that gives me inspiration to go on and to keep making this episode, this podcast, this conversation with ease. Okay? And what I'll do is I'll be ever so grateful. And also I look forward to seeing you on next Sunday at 7 a.m. when the next episode drops. And also don't forget our Fresh Squeezed Dose mini-sode, which drops every Wednesday right here at Lessons from Behind My Chair. I'll talk with you later, okay? Bye. Mwah.